brothers Brian and Danny Chick, plus Chris Anderson, whichever one happens to show up.
Breaking news, Muscatine is still standing, and 2 Chicks and a Chris are here to talk about it.
It's 2 Chicks and a Chris, part of Discover Muscatine. Now here's Brian.
Hello, Muscatine, and welcome to this week's episode of the Muscatine Today Show with 2 Chicks and a Chris. We just found out there may be 4 Chris's in town, 4 Chris Andersons. It might be getting super scary.
Yeah, they're got into it. They're getting wrecked. So
I know.
Insurance, all of it.
We're going to be like 2 Chicks and 5 Chris's before this is.
You know, okay, so everybody, there's a background here. 30 seconds. Chris, you don't care if I tell the story, do you? Too late. Too late.
Too late.
So 30-second thing. There was a thing that came up, and somebody thought it was. They just searched Chris Anderson, and apparently I was the first one they found, so they assumed it was me. They called, and that tied them to my wife. So they called my wife. We're like, "Hey," and she's like, "I don't know anything about it." She calls me, and I don't know anything. What are you talking about? So I call him, and turns out it was the other Chris got door dinged by somebody.
I feel you.
Yeah, it has. It happens all the time to us. But like, he got door dinged by somebody somewhere, and when they filed the insurance thing, they thought it was me. And it just like, I'm talking to the dude, and I'm like, I haven't been there. Like, I don't even. And they're like, "Well, what kind of car do you have?"
I feel your pain. There's 4 Danny Chicks. My dad, me, my son, and his son. So
you're all Danny.
we have all Danny Chicks. Danny Eugene.
Keep
Chick.
it all in the family, right?
Yeah. So we don't. We can't. Apparently, we're not good at picking names. So we just.
No, we
the same one.
we go with comfort. It's like comfort food.
Well, but see, that makes sense. You're family, and it would be easy to. I mean, that makes sense. Like, we're not related at all.
Right.
And the other
look like.
So yeah, it was just funny. Like, it happens all the time. Like, people think I'm the artist, or like, no, I can't paint for crap. Like, what are you people talking about? Like, you obviously don't know me at all, because.
Anyway, I was going up on Park Avenue.
I'm not sure I'm parked legally.
Park Avenue yesterday, going uptown to watch my truck, and I see they're putting a new camera light on Washington and Park Avenue, red light camera. What's going on there? Did they approve it?
No, I'm not sure. It might just be for traffic because there's no.
It's
there's
fancy.
no additional speed or red light camera.
It's
going
fancy.
in. Washington already has.
It's coming.
A speed and
Yeah, it was huge.
red light camera.
Did you see it?
I saw it today. It looks like a huge speaker array.
Yes.
So it might be a new one that goes there.
Both sides.
Right now, they can still give you all the ones in town can still give you red light tickets.
Speed's coming back.
Well, the DOT would have to approve the appeal, so I hope it don't come back.
It's coming back.
It probably will.
You like speed
Somebody
cameras.
probably paid somebody off, but
So
pretty
we're
sure
just
the
going to
ticket from
toss
that one
Erica to the
hasn't paid yet.
wolves.
Yeah,
So
Erica.
real quick, everybody, we
Producer. Anyway, we have Erica Hancock from the Muscatine Orchestra Symphony.
Everybody here would know.
Hancock, Erickson.
I was going to say everybody here would know you as Hancock. I mean,
Yeah, that's
realistically.
Well, tell us your real name. It's not Erica.
Hancock is my maiden name. Erickson is my legal name. but
Okay. Erica Hancock Anderson?
Erickson.
No, not another Anderson. No, listen to me. You have Anderson on the brain. No.
Erickson.
Erickson.
Erica
Erickson and Anderson.
Erickson.
Okay, we got you.
Literally
but
that
you like
door.
speed cameras.
I like.
The
No.
speed kit.
no.
I got one at my old job. at that
Okay,
point.
so we got,
Horrible.
yeah,
I may not. like it.
we're glad you don't like him. But anyway, today is Quinn Reese and Brad Bark's birthday. They do share a birthday today.
Well, everybody remember, we record this on Wednesday. It goes out on Friday.
Yeah,
So it will
Wednesday.
be in the past.
2 days ago was their birthday. It's today, though. But,
We're kind of gambling that they'll still be alive.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're getting old. They could die.
Yeah. Yeah, we can tell them happy birthday
We're not going to
then.
go that harsh. We're going to assume they're going to be here on Friday.
They're still going to be here Friday. Happy birthday to Brad Bark and Sheriff Quinn Reese. Probably more to Sheriff Quinn Reese. We like him just a little better.
Happy birthday.
Nah.
Brad, he's really been bothering me. He's been beating me up lately. He keeps smelling the underground pizza in his office.
I think that'd make him hungry.
I'm trying to resolve the problem for him, but it's been a struggle.
How can he not smell it for 2 years and now smell it? Did he get nose surgery?
Yeah, maybe.
Just
maybe
tune
put
it
down
out.
his sinuses or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like he's been up there for a while.
Yeah, it's an ongoing battle we're dealing with.
So, Danny, have you guys wasted any more county money on anything this week?
Chris, stop it.
Have you? No, interesting question. Thank you for asking that.
So there was a
Well, they blew like $3 million on the roof.
there was a
And-
couple
and
change
going.
orders on some
For what?
architect work that had to be
They
done.
redoing the
City Hall.
One for
No,
the jail
county.
and one for I think the administration office, which they weren't cheap. One was 12,000, one was 55,000. So
That's for the courthouse.
Spend it like you got it, baby.
administration office and the jail had change order for the project we're doing.
Anything positive going on at the county?
Anything?
Positive?
Or do we need to call Nathan and find out?
Don't call Nathan; he'll just confuse you. No, it's been a quiet week as far as the county goes. Nobody's been chewing our ass too bad about taxes this week or any other issues. The solar crowd was in last week. That was a big week, but this week was quiet, laid back week in the county.
What about Chris's mural? How's Chris's mural coming along? Is it finished or?
Well, for now.
For now.
It's finished for now.
Good.
Yeah. If you get a chance, drive by Rule and Roll up on 2nd Street on the east side. You'll see his welcome to downtown Muscatine mural. It's looking pretty good.
It does look good. I asked him the other day about the blue legs, though. And then I drove by. It looks better in person than it does on the picture, so it's pretty cool.
That's one thing I will say about like his murals. When you look at them in pictures, they don't.
Pop out.
Well, yeah, like they don't feel like they do when you see them in real life. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they're so big, and like usually he's got the drone up taking pictures of them, so you don't like get the impact of them.
Right.
But
Yeah. It's a great job, Chris. We're super proud. Can't wait till we say we are Muscatine on it with a little finger coming out. That's going to be really cool. What about the sports dome? It's way behind schedule.
Yeah, I haven't.
I don't even know.
I don't know how far behind schedule it is.
It's supposed to be March because we met with
We're
Rick.
supposed to open in March.
Yes, we were going to have our first indoor tournament in March, and March is come and gone.
I
And you don't even have plastic up yet.
I never heard it was going to be done in March. Last I heard was August 2030. I mean 20.
20, yeah, that's more like
that's a
it.
county project. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. On that
That'll
note,
be a city project. Back off a little bit.
Okay, one more thing I'd like to ask. It's like gas prices in town. They have been going from $3.19 to $2.60 in a week. Boom,
Oil
boom,
prices.
boom, boom. I've been a Trump lover forever.
Oil-
But what happened to drill, baby, drill?
Well, he's trying to get them things going, and oil prices the last week per barrel dropped $6 to $8 a barrel. That's why you're seeing some of the.
Anybody want to bet tomorrow? It's
So he's
over.
winning.
It's
He's
$2.99
winning.
tomorrow. Is it going to be over $3?
It's a process. You can't build an oil well or start drilling out in the Gulf of America that he had to change the name so we can drill in it. Takes a little time to get things going.
okay.
What about-
no?
What about the price of gas, though? Up, down, up, down, up, down.
It's
Every
a
day.
fluctual market.
Not every day.
Yeah, every day the price
Well-
of fuel changes.
Yeah.
Get gas on Monday, right?
It-
Not Tuesday.
Well, so some of it, remember, it's not necessarily what the gas station charges you for it isn't 100% directly related to gas or like oil prices, because they can play with margin, they can play with everything else to try and beat other people and things of that nature. Because remember, they paid, a month ago for the stuff they've got in the ground now. So they're either making money or losing money one way. Like they don't get to pay for it as they sell it, right? So they've already got that sunk cost into their inventory. So they're playing with like trying to beat somebody else, or maybe I can pick up 3 cents here and whatever. So it's a messy market. And of course, obviously if oil prices go up, they can maybe say that that's a good reason, but that's,
Well, I've always thought it should be that if you got a tank in the ground, 10,000 gallons, and the gas station buys 10,000 gallons at $2.50 a gallon, and they need to make 5 cents profit, whatever it is, that's 5 cents. So that 10,000 gallons should be sold at $2.55 because they bought it for $2.50. So
wait, you're now
can't-
trying, wait, hold on. You're trying to say that you should have somebody regulating how much money somebody makes on their own product?
No, they can choose the profit margin. They can choose the market.
But why should they have to choose it once? Why shouldn't they get to choose it every day, like every other business does? Walmart could change the prices
Well,
of
that's
milk
good.
every day.
That's a good point. But
You say that so much around here. You think you just
well,
like
just because I say it's a good point, I'm not saying you're right. But so if they if they live by that, because a lot of times they just need a markup of how much ever per gallon, if that's 5 cents or 10 cents, and if they live by what they had in the tank, sold at that, because what they put in the tank and they bought for $2.50, that value of that doesn't change.
No, but they're going to have to buy, like, say it's gone up, the next 10,000
Because it's
gallons, they're
already
going to
paid for.
have the cash to be able to pay for the next one. So they've got to pay attention to that. I mean, again, I don't think I like the idea of anybody telling a business how much they could or should, or, hey, make 5 cents on that one. Well, if you can make 10 on it, make 10.
Most of the margins I've heard on a gallon of gas are 2 to 3 cents.
Well,
5
right.
cents.
And that's fine. But like,
But I'm saying that you shouldn't now make 35 cents or 40 cents, but
if that's
It is
what
a
the
free
market will
market.
bear, why wouldn't
it
you?
is a free market. Don't buy it, ride your bicycle.
Right. Or go to the people down the street. It'll balance itself out naturally, right? Like the housing
Or you
market.
can't go down the
Loves-
street because they're all in cahoots. They all keep it right.
Well, that's a different problem.
Loves and Rigos are in cahoots. They're the
Okay.
lowest.
Or they can sell something else
Yeah.
to
Like
compensate
there's,
for it on sale.
yeah. Like, come on. Don't go after gas.
Or
See, like, no.
I want $1.99 gas. I don't
Are
I
we-
mean,
The drill
Are we
baby
really
drill's
this old?
coming.
I,
Energy
Whatever.
prices back at home.
And remember, folks,
I'm losing it with him. Yes.
remember, folks, the chicks' opinions are the chicks' opinions. Like, they do
until
not
I
in
s-
any way, shape, or form represent or, speak for Pearl
I
City
need to
Media and
see
Discover
the drill.
Muscatine.
I need to see the drill. We got it. He's too much talk.
Do you have drills at the symphony? Can we find a segue off of this topic? 'Cause
Drills?
it's- Yeah, do you have drills at the symphony ever? Could Brian do that? Could he could he conduct with a drill? I mean, I can call him real quick and we can ask him.
you mean like a power drill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need an
Or
easy
something.
job.
Anything. Could we have Brian do that just so that we can segue away from the gas and over to the
I'll
symphony,
be
please?
drill baby drill.
He's pretty open-minded.
He is.
I mean, if I throw something out there, did you know that he has 2 other orchestras?
I did, yes.
He has one in Clinton, but one is in Hawaii.
Why?
So he flies to Hawaii on a regular basis.
Yes. Yes, often because when I've talked with him, he'll be like, I'm sitting on my lanai.
Yeah.
And I say, shut up. I'm in Iowa and it's winter.
And his wife has
She,
one in California.
Yeah.
So
With that being said, thank you for coming on
we're
the
his
show.
workers.
With we have Erica Hancock Erickson.
he struggles
Thank
with
you
names, so-
for I won't say Anderson this time, but so you have a show this weekend, Saturday night.
Yes.
Tell
for-
us about an orchestra. You ever been to an orchestra?
No.
Never
For
been
real?
to one in my life.
I
What would
probably
make-
won't be there Saturday either, but I'm very interested in learning about it.
Yeah.
We
I
would love
offer
to
him
have
free
you.
tickets and he still won't go.
What would make us want to come to one?
Well, what do you like music?
Yeah, I
Love music.
What do you listen to?
I'm country
80s
mostly.
rock, country.
Like
Don't like rap,
classic rock?
Yeah, I like classic rock.
There ain't even no words in
They're
the,
Van Halen
in the
guys.
sympathy. There's no words, is there?
Is there any words?
Usually not.
Like,
I need to hear a story.
I'm a vocalist, so I'm the odd one. Because I don't play an instrument, but my dad played trumpet for 20 years. My brother has a master's in trumpet performance. So I grew up with music, playing piano and stuff, but I love all genres, so I can roll.
So here's what I would say, because I've
I
worked
could have
with-
given my pitch for that, but
Well, so here's the thing. So like we've done a whole bunch with the symphony over the last handful of years. And I've talked with Brian about this a lot. Like I enjoy music, but I can't play an instrument to save my soul. Like I can't clap in rhythm, right? And here's the thing. With what they play, I recognize most of it, right? Like they play pieces that are, you can feel free to correct me if I misspeak on this, but like they play generally fairly famous pieces overall. I mean, there's some that aren't, but like
there's quite a bit that people would recognize, whether it's from
Yeah,
a movie or...
this is going to sound really bad, and Brian's going to, I don't know what he's going to do when he hears what I say, but well, Brian is the conductor, everybody. He's the music director.
Brian Dolinger.
Brian, yeah, maestro, whatever. He's the tall, bald dude that like waves the stick around. It makes everybody do really cool stuff together. Watching 40, 50 people do something that crazy together is awesome. And then the one that I always think of is, do you guys remember the Bugs Bunny cartoon where they sing the opera. Like there's the bunny. Like they did that one night, and like I recognize this was like 2 years ago, I think. And you look scared.
What?
You look scared.
Right now or during 2 years ago?
No, right now with me talking about Bugs Bunny. No, but it's
No,
like
just trying to follow your train.
they're like famous pieces that you've heard in other places, so you recognize a lot of it.
Like John Phillips, who's the march. Like we do, for the record, we do. You can do season tickets. You can do all ages are welcome. We try to incorporate high school students, and we had like the high school chamber singers, I think, like sing the national anthem. We do stuff like that to get children and family involved. So it's not like a stuffy, like, I can't make any noise, I can't go to the bathroom, or anything like that. Brian is very laid back.
Yeah,
and he's very engaging with the audience. But we do have, I was going to say, we have 2 free concerts a year. For 4th of July is usually at the Riverfront. Our backup is at Wesley, but we also do a free Christmas concert. And those you would recognize. We even did like Charlie Brown Christmas. Stuff
So
like
how
that.
many members?
Everybody loves those from the community. So I totally welcome you to come out to those. They're a blast, and we do medleys. And it's just a lot of fun. We
Is there
just sing
anything
along.
I can help play during this performance
I mean, I can put in a bid for a
the
Van
drill
Halen
or
number.
something?
Do you play anything?
He's playing a band.
I used to.
But
I
he
used to
was
be
the
in
lead singer,
lead
but he
singer.
didn't.
I
Yeah?
did
You're a singer?
guitar. Air guitar.
He didn't play
So
an
I get
instrument.
to rope you into
And I'm the same
karaoke
way.
too,
We
then.
both sing a little, but we don't know how to play an instrument.
Okay.
hence where the karaoke came from. Earlier.
Yeah, we was hoping you'd like be able to rip some stuff out and he could sing along with it.
I don't
On the
play a ton
piano.
of piano anymore.
That's quite all right. We really don't need to hear them sing. I mean, I hard node that.
We just
earlier
pull up
anyway.
a Spotify. We can sing along.
Yeah, no, that's
karaoke.
quite all right. Again, like I said, I hard node that earlier.
So how many of you are playing together? How many pieces of how many instruments are going at one time?
We're more like a chamber orchestra, which is like 45 to 55. Like a true orchestra is around 75. But we're a small town. We try to keep it as local as possible. But we've got some really quality people that come from Iowa City, all over. Our principal trumpet now, that used to be my dad. Our principal trumpet just put out his first single. Desmond Cervantes. He drives from Solon, just north of Iowa City. He's in a bunch of other orchestras, and he loves ours the most because he said he doesn't worry about playing a wrong note. He just plays and has fun. And a lot of people say that. One of our other trumpets is director of bands at University of Iowa. So probably people didn't know we've got some pretty top-notch people in there, but we also have local people because that's kind of the idea of being a local orchestra. It's great exposure for kids like that want to take piano lessons because kids go, well, I'm going to play chopsticks or like Three Blind Mice. That's boring, But if they can see like down the road, oh my gosh, like that was amazing. I want to play violin like that, or I want to play cello or play trumpet. Like that's the cool part is getting kids engaged and early on in the music programs, having that opportunity to grow into those spots. And we do a lot of shows where we incorporate students if they can play at that level.
Yeah, and a couple of things. So the symphony has always done free tickets for students, right? So
18 under with college ID is always free.
yeah, yep. So that's a thing. And so there's always a decent chunk of kids there. And then the other thing that's cool is the Howe Foundation every year does a young artist contest. Is it a contest technically?
Yeah.
Technically it's a
we have
contest.
students
And
audition.
then they audition, and then the winners get to play with the symphony and perform with the symphony. So
Well, that's cool.
that's actually
I was part of that this year. It was wildly cool. And we chose 2 winners from Iowa City, a cellist and a pianist. It was phenomenal. They got to play with symphony. It was very cool.
Did they fit the mold and do their part good when they played with the whole thing?
Phenomenal. I mean, one of them was at the Purcell School of Music. Phenomenal musicians.
How often you guys practice?
I'm not actually in the symphony. I'm just on the board. They typically practice like the local ones practice quite a bit on their own. The professionals, like teachers or professional ones, everyone is actually paid now, but the pros just come in kind of at the end.
Yeah,
but
usually
they
it's like
practice
the morning of.
like I think
The night before.
Thursday night,
Yeah,
and then
they'll all play together a couple
Saturday
times
morning.
before. Yeah.
I'm probably totally getting that wrong. It's Thursday or Friday night before, and then Saturday morning and
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah. They.
So honestly, not a lot of rehearsal. It's not like a regular band.
Yeah.
Where's
2-3
the one
times a
Saturday
week.
night at?
This one is at Wesley United Methodist,
Yep.
and it is at 7 p.m. And we actually have I'm actually part of planning that and running that too. There is the gathering at the Art Center from, I believe, 4 to 5:30 with Bill Anson, who's just playing guitar. He plays like Beatles and just stuff that you would totally recognize.
Yeah,
and
we're
like,
talking.
Yeah.
and that's like just chilling at the art museum, which honestly has like a lot of really cool exhibits there. I hadn't been there in 20 years. I hadn't set foot there, even though my piano recitals were there growing up. So that was like a wild step back in time. But it's a cool building, and they've got like exhibits on history of Muscatine there. They've got like high school students with their artwork up there. A couple of like expressive nude arts, you know, if you're into that.
And the reason for the Art Center connection this month is, there's 6-ish concerts a year, but this last one has like a visual component. So they partnered with the Art Center, and I'm probably not going to get the exact details of this right, but it's a river flows through it.
A river runs through it, yeah.
And so throughout the performance, up on the screens, there'll be artwork provided by the Art Center that coordinates with the music.
Yeah, so this was an undertaking. That's all right if I
Yeah.
jump in. So this was something
I was just
that-
teeing you up.
I don't know if we have done this before. I'm the newest member, and I'm board member and the youngest,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
Not all that.
And I just joined like Friends of the Art Center board too. I lived in Chicago and West Michigan, Grand Rapids. They're super art-centered places. Like they have art festivals like in Chicago that involve all the downtown businesses. And then they have art festivals in West Michigan, Grand Rapids area that involve all the downtown area businesses. You'll see art outside. You'll see like painted pianos outside. You can just go up and play and noodle around. It's a blast. But it involves area businesses and people that wouldn't normally necessarily go to an art gallery or something that seems stuffy or feels stuffy. Yeah, wildly cool stuff. But anyway, so this one is kind of modeled off of some stuff that bigger symphonies do. We're Muscatine. We're a little bit smaller. We're more of a chamber orchestra. So we can't do sometimes some of the big numbers or things that, did you know there's like a video game symphony orchestra in the Quad Cities? Yep. Literally, they just play video game stuff like Halo,
Yep.
Call of Duty.
Play the music to it.
Literally just symphony stuff. Or if you've seen like Gladiator, like Hans Zimmer, like the orchestral scores for the fight scenes, you know, like slow motion,
Well, and
guy with a dagger.
like last year, I think it was last year or the year before, they did a Grateful Dead version. Or no, Pink Floyd? Somebody, one of those
Up in the Quad Cities?
up in the Quad Cities, yeah. So,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it
there's
was the same
several.
group that did that.
So, like, those are the ones that, like, in bigger cities sell out a lot. Like, because people love movie scores. They recognize it. So if you go Forrest Gump or whatever back when I was, those were, like, the first ones that got to be big. But now, like, I'm trying to think of new ones. Well, like, Gladiator 2 came out. The first one was way better. But, yeah. So stuff like that, those are some of the big sellers. People love, like, the movie scores. So the idea is the symphony plays along to the movie score, but they play live. So instead of having speakers, you've got live instrumentalists all spread out in front of you playing, which is wildly cool. It's kind of like a concert, but
That
you've
was
got a whole
actually,
symphony.
yeah, that was my first experience with a symphony. And I've told Brian this. So when my nephew was young, they had the Star Wars Symphony that was touring. And so we took him
Oh, you
up.
went to Star Wars one?
Yeah. So they did.
Way cool.
Anthony Daniels, C-3PO, hosted it. And they did like a shortened version of all three movies. And the orchestra was there playing like all the John Williams stuff. so you could see they had the big screens up. This was like at the Mark or whatever it's called now. And, so they've got the big screens up. So you're seeing the movie scenes while you can see them playing down below. It's crazy.
I think Metallica did something with a symphony once.
Yeah.
Well, and there's like metal crossover. Like I have a friend with he's like a professor of music, but he loves metal. So
Yeah.
he writes like dissertations and articles and stuff like that on metal and things like that, even though he's got like the classical training. Like a lot of us love, like I love techno and EM. I like electronic dance music.
Dude, I got this. You're Brian. He's Brian. He has no hair. You have no hair.
I'm getting there.
We
Are
can
you
make a
trying to
match.
tie into the concert for real?
Yeah, we could do this because I guarantee you, I'm going to
Okay.
put words in Brian's mouth. He could come up with something metalish.
I
for
could
the
give you
future.
a mic. Do I dare do that during the concert?
You think we could
No.
just like trade spaces and I can take the chopsticks?
Oh, dude.
I wonder
And he
if
can
you,
come host the show.
So I'll finish this if that's cool. So this is based off of the idea of like a film screen with a movie playing, like Gladiator, Russell Crowe, get that vibe going on. But you've got the symphony in front of you. So that's what we're doing for the art thing, but we coordinate it with the Art Center. We've got a bunch of like slides of art,
Like the ones up on the screen.
Like I'm picturing
really cool
Mark
slides
Twain.
of art, and they're on rivers because we're on the river. So it's a very cool collaboration with the Art Center. We've got an MCC student. We've got like our media director at Wesley has spent tons of hours like editing and coordinating the slides, and they're going to play. So you can watch that like interactively while the symphony plays during the concert. So you've got art and symphony, which I think is wildly cool. And it's something that we haven't done before.
Like I got Mark Twain going down the river with one of them little them things.
I mean, not quite, but close. You're barking up the right tree.
Yeah.
Like usual.
You know,
what's the
straw
guy?
hanging out
Like
of
his
mouth.
mural.
What's the
that-
guy that directs? Is he the conductor?
Brian Dolinger?
What's that position called though?
Conductor, maestro.
Conductor.
Yeah, there's a few.
So it'd be neat just to let somebody like you or I or
Jump
Chris
in.
get up to do with the conductor and just see who can just
Follow us.
Yeah, just have them follow it and see who does the best music.
You know what's funny?
Just randomly.
See
have
if the
people get up
instrumentalist can follow you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Feel
I
like-
guarantee you what I.
It's not as easy as it looks.
It's not, and I guarantee you what would happen is
I didn't take conducting.
I wanna
They-
see
they
how
would
bad we
ignore
confuse
you.
them or how good they figure it out.
here's the thing: they would ignore you and play what they're supposed to anyway.
I always thought they ignored that person anyway, and he just needed something to do because they're looking at their music. I don't think they're
See,
looking at
this
the
is-
chopsticks.
See, remember, Erica, I told you like this is the opportunity for you to educate people on,
Educate us.
like. So yes, they do actually follow because he like and again, this is stuff I've learned just from like working side by side with Brian. Well, not side by side, but like
You
You
talking
know.
about me?
Brian's
no,
a blast.
No, the other Brian.
He's-
So if he got pulled over for speeding
Very
on the way to
interactive.
the symphony, I don't even know how to say the word.
Symphony, not sympathy,
Symphony.
not empathy.
Symphony.
Symphony. If he got pulled over on the way to the symphony,
And called
they
us.
couldn't play. I
No.
think they could still go.
They'd be done.
Well,
They'd
Wait.
be like, we're sorry, crowd. We're 5 minutes late. The other Brian's at the red light. We don't know chopstick holder. So we're on hold till Chopstick Man gets here.
see, this is the scary thing. Like, this is one of the cool things in Muscatine.
No,
Like,
I'm super.
Or I think it's.
And-
I think it's.
and-
It's
and
wildly
then we
cool
got-
that we even
we're-
have
we're
a
getting
symphony in a
educated.
city. What?
We are getting educated on
It is wildly cool because, like I said, I went to school in Chicago, like in the city, North Side.
Was you a
Cubs
Cub fan?
Absolutely. And still Hawkeye, even though I lived in Michigan. But no, and West Michigan too is very like, yeah. The areas I was in were very supportive of the arts and culture, but that was a lot more. That's become more inclusive to include a wide variety of music. Like, because I know you guys think symphony, you think stuffy, boring, old people.
Yeah, we're just
you
not
know,
that refined.
like it's not your idea of a good time.
Well,
But they're-
it could be if we had chopsticks.
well,
If we were Chopstick Man.
and this is what I've told Brian.
This
uh,
Brian?
no,
This is one of my
no,
goals
the
is to
good-
get people engaged that are younger.
Yeah.
Well,
Because kids love.
so
Probably most of your people come from the bands and stuff, right? Like high school band and stuff.
no, I mean, it's a wide variety
Yeah,
of people. that are
families,
there.
students
But
of
it's-
our teachers.
What
that
I
are in
tell
it.
Brian is,
this brand?
no. I try not to talk to you other than when
Which
we're
one of you
live.
plays drum?
So, I'm not a symphony guy, right? Like that's not my spec thing. But
But if you had chopsticks,
I
would you?
would that be I'd be in. No, but like
But you sat through
I-
many a concert.
Yes.
And did our media.
yeah, and like I enjoyed them. Like
Which
they're
we
they're
appreciate.
good, like, and it's one of those things where would I do that every night? No, not my thing. But once a month to go enjoy something that's outside of my normal thing and watch people do something they're really good at.
Oh, there it's amazing.
It's
I mean,
it's great.
although I've never been to one, I've seen them. Their talent there, and they're amazing.
And we do mixed up. I gotta be honest, like I'm a huge James Bond fan. So like I found like a royal, it's like from England, but like an orchestral score that I'm like begging Brian to do.
I mean, you could try it.
I did
like,
go to the opera once, though, in New York. That was the
So he does
Phantom of the Night or whatever it's called.
Well,
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, there you go, Phantom of the Opera.
You went to Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah, in New York. It was cool.
How
And
many
I'm not
years-
into that kind of
How
stuff.
many years ago was it the newer one?
2009.
You went to New
Might have been the
York.
newer one.
I figured you'd
I
like
saw Jekyll
your
and
body
Hyde in
would
New York.
reject going to New York.
no, we're like, that's actually where our family's from.
I was a chaperone on my daughter's band trip, so we went all over
I
New
was gonna
York
say that's when I went.
playing the band.
Did you get to
She was
go?
the drum major, and I listed a lot of things similar to this as she was growing up
That's when I
because
saw it
she
in New
played
York.
in the band and she was the drum major, and they took us to the opera.
You chaperoned that?
Yeah,
That was
there
one of my favorite trips. We went to New York and saw Jekyll and Hyde. And then
We did all kinds of stuff. It was a
New
cool-
York Philharmonic, and that's when I fell in love. That's when I fell in love and wanted to be a singer because they had the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, Symphony Orchestra, and they had this woman in this gorgeous orange strapless ball gown singing opera accompanied by a symphony, and I was like, I'm in love. I want to do that someday.
The worst part of it, we took a Greyhound bus all the way out there, and I'm in the back of the bus with
Yeah, we were on those.
30 or 40 high school girls that are messing with their phone, and I'm trying to sleep. It is the most uncomfortable ride of my life. But when we got out there, we experienced all kinds of stuff throughout the city. It was a good time.
It was fun.
They kept us
Got
running.
lost.
They did. It was nonstop. They had a structured schedule every day, and it was. I mean, it was never. It was nonstop.
So this Saturday night, a river runs through.
7
is
p.m.
7 p.m. The Muscatine
It's the symphony. You can
Orchestra.
get
It's-
tickets online or at the door, but if you are 18 or under with college ID, students are always free.
What's
But
it-
we
what's it
also
cost?
have
What does it cost to get in normal?
20, I believe.
20.
20. And how long does it last?
It's like an hour and a half.
It's about
I
an
don't
hour
know
and a
about
half.
this one with
You-
the art, to be perfectly honest with you. We usually have intermission.
Yeah, usually it's about 45 minutes before halftime.
And 4 to 5:30 is Bill
They have a break?
Anson on
Yeah.
guitar at
Yeah,
the
there's
Music
halftime.
Center.
They call it intermission.
They have commercial or anything?
They need us
Yeah,
to
there's usually intermission.
Yeah.
Do you need us to be in the halftime?
And there's cookies.
For-
Dude, they usually have like sweets during intermission.
I might have to push for that.
That include the 20?
Usually, I don't know. I mean, this one, again, this is a unique
That
one
was
this Saturday.
Reed's.
So, but for a lot, I mean, yeah, there's
But the
cookies.
4 to 5:30 is the Bill Anson deal at the Art Center too, which you should totally go to.
Okay.
And that's, I think, just by donation. But he plays, like I said, Beatles stuff and just chill and walk around and look at the museum and stuff. Honestly, the museum is really cool. The art center is wildly cool.
You ever
Is
been
it?
in it?
Yeah, I've been in it.
I've never been in it yet.
You have not?
Never been in it.
It's got like...
I will personally take
Each
you
room
there.
I'm
was
not into art
themed.
and classical music. I'm not.
Can
that-
you take
I'm not-
your
I'm just
show
not
on
that
the
guy.
road?
We could
Yeah, I mean, we can take it
Well,
anywhere.
let's do an episode on the art center.
What's that?
Well, Melanie's been on the show.
What
several
about
times, like when
if,
we were having
like,
stuff.
this is pretty quick to get, like, but next time is a symphony. Maybe we can open up for the symphony with 2 chicks and a Chris.
Oh, we could do that.
We open up for
they would
it
have a stroke,
and be
but
like, and
they
here's...
totally have a stroke. a stroke.
And be like, and Brian, but not this one.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be really funny.
I'll tell you this. This is
No, because that's my deal. Is like in larger cities and in certain areas, like there are actually areas where, if you believe this or if you can believe this, band is cooler than sports, and the whole town will come out for like a parade of the band and like glow in the dark stuff and things like that. Like West Michigan, like was very arts friendly and things like that. I played soccer, so I'm weird because I did it all.
Bands are cooler than sports. In
So
some
I
areas.
played on those soccer complexes, so I don't hate that they're awesome because they're fun. But no, but like the music stuff is wildly cool that we have it here and we have it at Culture Center because it, like, most people don't know this, but probably like a good percentage of your absolute favorite artists of any genre are classically trained on some level because the fundamentals of good musicianship, whether it's an instrument that's portable or a piano or a singer like me, like the fundamentals of that are the same for the best musicianship. So like I cross over, I do jazz, I do rock and like all that kind of stuff, gospel. But like you probably didn't know that, but like most of your favorite artists probably have studied the fundamentals and have studied classically trained, like we're classically trained on some level. Like Jewel was well known for this. Jewel like can sing opera. A lot of celebrities that have a band or whatever, but most of the time they're classically trained.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Because the fundamentals are the same. And I've been in groups that did like improv, like bands and stuff that I sang with and things like that, and they would improv live with like strings. They just have a couple random string players come in and add on top of it with drums, the whole 9 yards. I was married to a drummer.
Cool.
10 years.
she's gonna hate this, but Concertmaster Turner
You
does
did
have
not
fun.
pull these up.
Does have fun, like that was. I don't remember when it was.
You can give me a
exactly
hard
that
time
we
about our
snapped
website
that.
now.
But like, so there's the guy in the bottom right. That's Maestro Dollinger, and dude was a Marine,
Yes, he
and-
is.
and like, I
Both
don't
my
know,
grandfathers were.
but he's funny. He's engaging. He'll turn around and joke with the audience. Like it's not at all what you picture. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's half of what you picture, right? Like there's an engaging fun side of it that you don't normally think of when you think of a symphony.
Well, and
That
like,
sounds kind of weird. to say
knowing
it that way,
people
but-
is part of it, I think. So like getting to know the players. Like my dad's played for 20 years, so I've known
which everybody knows your dad
people that played. Yeah, they did
because he was a substitute teacher.
for a hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody remembers Mr. Hancock.
But I don't know.
Oh, if you're of a certain age.
Anyway, you're a singer, right?
Yeah.
Do you
So,
want
so we're going to ask you questions. Can you sing the answers? Do you like roundabouts?
What is the swearing? Can you bleep things out? Because I might. on
Yeah,
accident.
we're on cable. You're good. You can say
Are
whatever
you
want.
sure? I don't want to like.
It's my channel.
misrepresent.
It's my channel. We can do what we want.
Do how,
Fuck no.
Okay, that wasn't quite what I was anticipating.
What?
Okay, well, hold on. So we got to clarify this. What is it that
So
you don't
like
like about
Michigan,
roundabouts?
have you ever been to Michigan? They have this thing
Yes.
called the Michigan Left, which is I think only in Michigan. It's so you don't have to have lights.
Oh yeah, it's the after.
So
yeah,
it's bizarre.
yeah. But roundabouts here in town, can you handle them or do you
Was that
get
allowed?
killed?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
no. Keep
Do
it
you,
up.
so
Might get
how do
fired.
you use a roundabout? Do you speed up? Do you slow down? Do you stop?
I still don't know. I mean, like, and I've lived in Chicago. I mean, everyone just makes their own rules there and just try not to kill anyone.
Yeah, Chicago.
Just whatever you do, don't follow Brian through
Don't
one because you'll
follow
never
me.
get out of it because
Yeah.
he goes like 2 miles an hour.
I still don't know. I just yield.
You
You
just
go
wait.
And put a
unless
signal
there's
on.
somebody in your way. You go. That's the rule. That's really what
Treat
it
it
is.
like
Isn't
a
it?
four-way.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go,
No,
go. Or just
that's-
boom, go.
No, you just boom.
I don't know. This is why, like, I've lived here for a while, and still have Michigan plates, so that they'll be a tad forgiving.
So they honk at you?
Not for any longer, but not for much longer.
What about back-in parking on Mississippi Drive? You like that?
What do you mean?
You gotta go.
Oh, you talking about the stuff that's out in front of Contrary?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stop.
That is a nightmare. I hadn't driven, like the first time, I've only been to Contrary twice, if that tells you anything. I was impressed that Muscatine had a brewery,
Yeah.
but Grand Rapids was renamed.
So you
Beer
add
City,
alcohol
apparently.
with it, and now you gotta back in.
Yeah,
Tell us about
I
your
was like,
experience.
this is a nightmare. I tried to pull in, and then I was like, I need to adjust. There's oncoming
Yeah.
traffic. There's no room, and I've got like a
And there
ginormous
ain't much room to
SUV.
back in, especially if you got a big.
Who
pickup
designed
truck.
that? I've never seen that in my life, and it's
I think it was it.
one of the
County
busiest
engineer,
spots.
Jim
County,
Edmond.
county engineer Jim
City
Edmond.
engineer.
I don't like throwing people under the bus.
Well,
but
no, I mean,
that one
it wasn't
hated.
just, it
That
was
one
a
I
decision
absolutely
that they
hated.
all made together. But I will say this morning when I went to the Y to play racquetball, there was and everybody gives the stereotypical old ladies driving cars. He's driving cars, right? I'm going to tell you this. This morning at about 5:30, elderly lady whips right into the Y parking lot, boom, backs right into a spot. Didn't even bat an eye. And then this afternoon, I'm standing out here talking with a couple of guys, and another mature woman pulls up, whips right back in, boom, done, parked, out, gone. Right? So if the old ladies can do this stuff, you guys should be able
We're
to.
not doing it.
And you shouldn't have to go to Mount Pleasant to turn around.
And
I work downtown. I got a parallel park all day.
what about
I can
parking
back up
meters?
with my eyes closed. Park.
What?
It's not
What
the
about
point.
downtown parking meters? Do you love them? Do you love the flowers?
I'm not
they
even
bought?
sure that I'm parked legally right now. It's like 15 minutes. I'm like in a 15-minute loading zone. But
Well,
here,
they shut the
here
parking
that's a
meters down
slap
at
on the
5,
wrist.
So you're all right.
I mean, like
No.
in Chicago, we get like a $300 ticket, a tow, or a boot. I mean, like seriously. And you didn't go anywhere that you didn't have to walk 2 miles for. I mean, you were insane. That's why everyone in big cities is in great shape because you walk everywhere.
No, we don't believe in that.
Like here, and you don't wait less than 2 hours for a restaurant literally anywhere. Like
That's
yeah,
good.
that's how you know that you are reconditioned to live like in a
Chicago's
small
fun to visit,
city.
No fun to live.
Nah, I mean you get tired of it unless you like
I mean,
live
people
in.
shoot at you. The traffic's bad. You get in a wreck.
people
They just
shoot
wave. Keep
at you
going.
down here, but
Well, you can still get shot at here, but not.
Wow.
no,
Okay. on
no,
that,
get
we
this,
have-
get this. Okay, I don't even want to talk about this, but I almost went on a date with someone that his son plays at our soccer complexes, and I kid you not, he was literally like said he got scared driving to Muscatine because we had shootings and it was in the bad part of Muscatine. The soccer complexes were in the bad part of
No, they're
Muscatine.
not.
So he was literally like, he always got nervous coming to the soccer field complexes with his son because Muscatine was that rough. This is somebody from like Davenport.
Muscatine is
Yeah.
not rough.
Muscatine.
No.
No.
Especially the soccer area.
I mean, I grew up here and I've done social work. So like I've homeless
We have
people,
very low
I've
crime
talked to
rates in
homeless,
Muscatine.
it's not a
Well,
big deal.
Violent crime rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There was a shooting out in front of Guadalajara though.
Yeah, there was.
You didn't know this?
Yeah. It was above, but yeah. So actually,
It was
Chris,
above?
yeah, something we were on this topic, then we
What
got
was-
slightly off, and I want to make sure we circle back.
Am I
to
allowed
this.
to do a tour?
Yeah.
I was asked to come paint at the center.
Do you do workshops?
It's the ice cream social. event
Yeah.
that
Yep.
will be in June.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I think I can take it from there, since you're not on camera and don't have a mic. Chris, the other Chris, Melanie reached out, and they do the ice cream social every year as a fundraiser. And this year they're gonna apparently have, it sounds like a couple artists, of which Chris will be one, doing like live painting and doing all that stuff outside during the ice cream social. So that's pretty cool. That's I love that you are like getting to do stuff with the art center. And,
I've been asked to come there, so
Yep.
I'm doing things, so I'm very
yeah,
excited.
yeah.
Is
so
it?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I ran into somebody at Hilltop I never went to Hilltop.
You should maybe pay attention to where you're going.
40 plus years, I had never even set foot in there.
You do karaoke
And
there.
it's honestly one of my favorite places because I can go there alone. Like in Chicago, like you as a female, like you know how to handle yourself. But like in Muscatine, like
It's fine.
but Hilltop is actually a really cool place, and I met the owner. And his wife does art. Like I'm gonna see if she'll do a class.
So
At the
So you're kind of an ornery ass. You go to the Hilltop. You're having beers with 2 chicks and a Chris. We might be getting into symphony.
I told you could have fun with it.
Yeah, we might be symphony.
Here, I'll tell you this: they don't check your bags when you go in.
I'm
So-
chopstick man. You
I do
Run
have a
it.
plastic flask somewhere.
all right?
I mean, that would be probably a new one for a board member, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Saturday night runs through a river. Muscatine Symphony Orchestra at Grace Lutheran.
No.
Wesley
Wesley.
United
Wesley.
Methodist.
It's the big gray
United.
one. It's the big gray one across the street from MCSI.
I want you to do karaoke.
You be there. Anyway, thank you for coming on 2 Chicks and a Chris. The only thing you got to do is look at that camera and yell, "We are Muscatine," and point at it.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, that camera right there.
We are Muscatine.
That's a wrap on this episode of 2 Chicks and a Chris. Make sure to follow, subscribe, and tell your friends, especially if they live in Muscatine and like questionable opinions. We'll catch you next time on 2 Chicks and a Chris, where